Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys had a terrific holiday weekend with Labor Day. I am actually recording this on Labor Day, but nonetheless, in this video, we're gonna give you a nice physique update and then also talk about some mini cut plans, how I'm gonna approach that in terms of caloric intake, duration, and then also like activity and how I'm gonna make sure that weight loss continues over the duration of the mini cut. So just starting with some benchmarks, I'll throw up my weight on screen on one side or the other, but essentially starting off at 224 something or another. Like I said, you'll see that on screen, but nonetheless, goal weight would probably be around 206 to 212. Gonna give myself a bit of a range just depending on how I'm feeling, how things are going, how my appetite is, and everything like that. I think it's super important to be flexible, especially when it is just like a mini cut or you're dieting for no specific goal, or like you don't have a set target date that you need to be shredded by or anything like that. I think it's very important, to listen to those like biometric feedback, just what your body's telling you, and go from there. So the mini cut, I'm looking at 6 to 8 weeks is going to be the thing. Just a weight loss of around 2 pounds per week. So that will take me from 224 for 8 weeks, that'd be 16 pounds. So you're looking at like 208. So right in the middle there of that 206 to 212 goal, or I guess towards the bottom end, but nonetheless in that goal. So how I'm going to accomplish that, caloric intake, I'll throw it up on screen too, is going to be right at 2,500 to 2,600 calories, protein being at greater than 220 grams, carbs around 250-ish, and then fats, I want it to be equal or less than 70 grams per day. So probably in that mid to high 60 range would be ideal, but we'll see how it goes. And honestly, I don't have like a planned out day for that. So once I get into the mini cut and kind of establish what I eat on each and every day, then I will definitely do a full day of eating to give you an idea of that. And then for cardio, honestly, I'm not going to do any cardio. I don't think it's really necessary in terms of the mini cut. I'm slashing my calories a good amount. But with that being said, I'm going to try and just make sure that my step count stays above 6K each day, and I'm just going to do that through recording on this Fitbit, which takes just general metrics, one including that step count. And honestly, being greater than 6K a day for steps does not sound like anything, and most people like hit around 8 to 10K without even really thinking about it. But personally, I am a very sedentary person, and then also with my work being a desk job and sitting for those 8 hours of the day, my step count stays relatively low. When I first started working, my average step count for the week was like 3 or 4K. So we're about doubling that, as bad as it sounds. Alrighty, a couple of the key goals for the mini cut, obviously to lose that weight, bring down the body fat a bit, which for me honestly brings up my energies level a little bit as I get leaner. In terms of that, obviously once you diet down for a show and stuff, your energy levels are going to plummet. But just in the mini cut, bringing that weight down to like 206 to 212, I feel like I'll feel a lot more energetic, and just my recovery will be better with a bit lower of a body fat. And then also it should increase my appetite, which is good for when I go into another caloric surplus phase. It'll allow me to make sure that I'm getting all my food in, getting the calories I need to grow and put on that lean tissue mass. Obviously, you're gonna incur some fat mass being in a surplus, but that is expected. And then we rinse and repeat with the same process. But essentially, it's really a couple of big things to bring down that body fat, bring up energy levels, and then increase appetite also. And then for me, honestly, it's a bit of a morale boost to see the physique at a lower body fat and kind of see those changes come into fruition from the last massing phase. So with that being said, obviously the physique is not perfect at the moment. I feel like my waist and stuff was just a bit blocky, and honestly that is one of the big downfalls to my genetics, and like just my physique in general is a bit of a blocky waist. But I was a bit bloated today just from eating all over the place on the weekend. As I did mention, it's like Labor Day weekend. We were out a bit yesterday, So definitely not in perfect shape by any means. Posing's a little bit off too, like my shoulders in terms of like the front lat spreads and stuff. So that will get addressed obviously as we go forward. But with that being said, I definitely would love to hear your recommendations in the comment section in terms of what body parts I could bring up or what you see as weaknesses in my physique, because obviously that outer eye or like that outer perspective can really help out in terms of what, obviously when you're on a bodybuilding stages, the judges are looking at you and determining your physique. So we get to know what you think I should work on. Honestly, in terms of what I think is my strong suits, I would say my back has definitely came a long way since I last competed, and just in general in the last year or so. And then also I feel like obviously my legs are my strong suit in terms of my physique. They always kind of have been. As being an athlete, I always took leg training very seriously, and honestly I enjoyed leg training much more than upper body. With that being said, definitely I would say point out in terms of constructive criticism obviously in the comment section below what you think I could work on in my physique, and then I will go from there and kind of structure my training depending on that feedback that I get from all of you guys, which I do much appreciate. And I would also much appreciate if you guys would go down in the comment section, hit that like button, as I did mention, comment down below, and then also subscribe to the channel for future content. It does really encourage me to continue to bring content, whether it be for pure enjoyment or for educational purposes. But with that being said, that will put a wrap on the physique update and then also my mini cut plans, and I will keep up to date with you guys on how it's going in terms of my energy levels, food intake, and then what I'm eating in a day in a future video, so stay tuned for that. And once again, have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.